All right, guys, so the next step is to export and upload. And I would just say this too, just as we're kind of moving on. Now, I know we just finished the Premiere editing, but if something happens where you're running out of time in the edit and you're just not going to be able to finish it within the normal 24 hours after the service, then you know what? I would just jump right into this list right here to the export MP3. And without doing all of the graphics and all of the lower thirds and all this stuff, it is very quick to just export out an MP3 and at least get the audio of the video onto the app. Because if you actually look at our metrics, audio is what people listen to the most. The audio also feeds our podcast feed. So if you publish the audio, it'll automatically update our podcast feed. So really, no matter what, our audio should always get updated within 24 hours after the sermon being preached. And then, you can go in later and get video done, if you absolutely have to. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this. Design the title or title card thumbnail based on series artwork. This is basically just making sure that we did this. In the other title card tutorial, I showed you how to park the playhead right on a certain marker and then export out a JPEG. That's what this is. So cool, already done. Series artwork for Subsplash wide square banner. I'll pop up a little video right here where I explain how to use the multiple artboard file that is in CC Files Art. Let's see, where is it? Template right here. So basically this Photoshop file, it makes all three of the types of art. I'm not going to go through all that right now because we already made a video on that. So now we're going to export out the MP3. So one of the things, kind of a new thing, is let's not include this video, this audio where, this little sound effect guy here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my endpoint right here. And then, just to make sure, I'm going to mute this track. Because this track, just in case there's a little bit of music left over or something like that, I don't want that getting into my MP3 somehow. And then I'm also going to update my out point right here at the end, so there's not silence at the end. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go to File, Export Media. And then I'm going to choose MP3, and then there is a Subsplash Mono preset. So we'll go MP3, 128K Mono, and then we are going to save this into our projects folder in the exports. And now you'll notice that because I have named my sequence correctly, it automatically has my file name correct, so I don't even have to mess with that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and export that. Confirm all Subsplash artwork is saved to 04 artwork. So this is pretty simple. Basically, if we were making a brand new service, a brand new or a brand new series, we would have our artwork in this folder right here, and it would look something like this, where we would have a folder with the name of the series, and then all the different sizes, the banner, the square, the wide. Actually, it'd probably look something a little bit more like this, because you would also have your Photoshop files and all the different things. And so really this is just making sure that this art is archived correctly. Because we've been in the spiritual discipleship series for a while, we don't need to double it up and put them in there. So if you're in a series, it's a multi-part series, and you know that art is already archived somewhere else, you can just check this off, and you don't have to worry about that. Okay, the next steps are to export out. And, in the past, we've exported out one MP4 file and then just used that in multiple places. I really like to export out two different ones. Really, it gives the optimal bit rate and resolution for each platform. But the other reason that I really like to do that is because I also then can automate after the export is done for the upload to be done as well. And so I can literally go in here and tell this to export out and then upload after the export is done, and I don't even have to worry about doing the upload later. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this thing up. We're going to export out our Vimeo and YouTube files, build the Subsplash Tca, which stands for the church app, upload the MP3, and publish. So let's do this thing. We're going to go ahead and get into Premiere, and then we're going to do File, Export Media. And this setting actually does not matter that... Oh, wait a second. This is an important thing. We made some changes here for the MP3, and we got to make sure to change them back. So we're going to set my endpoint back. I'm going to turn the audio on for this track. This is important because I have exported stuff out before and then forgot to include those again. So yeah, that is good. Okay, now we are going to export media. We're going to queue this up, send it over to Media Encoder. And then the two presets that we're going to use are Vimeo 1080 and YouTube 1080. So let's just wait for our sequence to pop up here, and then we can just simply drag and drop both of these presets right onto the sequence. Okay, and then we want to get rid of the MP3 because we don't need that anymore. And then let's just go ahead and make sure that we're saving this to the right place. I don't know why there's that -1. So maturity, Vimeo 1080, YouTube 1080. And like I said, these presets are made to automatically publish. And so I can just go ahead and hit play. And then now the computer is going to export and upload. Now we're going to build a Tca Content List. So that is as simple as jumping into the preset here, that's Subsplash. Again, if you don't see a lot of this here, it might be because you are not in the correct user. So you've got to be in the editor user in order to see this set of bookmarks, and also for the passwords and stuff to be saved. And so we're going to go ahead and go into Builder and App. Find the series that we're going to be working with, which is Spiritual Discipleship, and then we're going to create a media item. Now, I want to check really quick. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to create a media item, and we're going to call it the, if I can spell, see here, what is the date on this? 7/13. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to upload the MP3 to Subsplash Cloud. So we're going to go ahead and upload audio, and then we're going to go ahead and find that MP3 that we exported out earlier and hit open. So this is something new. We used to upload to Amazon AWS and do a bunch of stuff like that. This is a new workflow using the Subsplash Cloud. So far, it's been great, and I really enjoy their process and how they do things. Now, one of the things that you will notice is that there's a processing that happens to the MP3s. However, there's a shortcut here where you can click on this little hamburger here, and you can hit auto publish, and it'll publish after the media has been uploaded and processed. And that is awesome because it automatically just kind of does its little upload processing thing, and it'll automatically publish it. So that's it. We have finished this last task, and once your upload and export is finished with this media encoder, you're done. There's a couple of short little promotional things. That's going to be the next video, and then also archiving. But the hard work is done, and The next thing is just to promote it and make sure it goes out onto all of our social platforms. So see you in the next video.